Hi, it's Laura here with a short practice for you today. The theme for today is yoga and meditation for stress management. So we'll need a chair and let's get started. So find a comfortable seat where you can have your feet on the ground and maybe you're sitting a little bit forward in the chair, not like slumping back in the back. And we'll just start with a little bit of settling in. So bring one arm across the body. Make a little hammock with the other arm and stretch in between those shoulder blades. And then unwinding, open that arm out, other side. One arm crosses over, the other makes a little hammock, and just any gentle stretching, getting in between those shoulder blades. And then gently unwinding. We'll do some little shoulder rolls here. One side and then the other, and then we'll kind of reverse that. We're just kind of settling into the practice, settling into this time together, settling into our bodies and our seats here. All right, and then we'll flip the hands up, shrug up any tension you might be feeling on the inhale, and then open the mouth, sigh it out, release the shoulders. And then again, flipping the hands, shrugging up, gathering up any tension you might be feeling on the inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. And then one more time, inhaling, flip those hands up, gathering, scooping up any tension. And on the exhale, letting it go. Okay, sometimes I like to begin our practices with a mudra. It's just a nice way to kind of ground down and center. So today's mudra is called Hakini. So we join all 10 fingertips. I'm gonna bring this closer in here. Join all 10 fingertips, and this symbolizes bringing the brain in balance. So the left half and the right half of the brain, all of that logic and reason and data analysis from the left half of the brain, bringing that all kind of in alignment with the wonder and mystery and creativity and innovation in the right half of the brain. So just kind of imagining bringing those two hemispheres of the brain together, balancing the mind. This mudra is also really good for the memory. It's good for critical thinking and decision making. And it's also good for mental fatigue, in case you're experiencing any of that. So just kind of settling in again, letting the mudra kind of gather up all those little fragmented or frazzled parts of us as we just settle into this time together, this practice. And you can release that mudra. Hands can rest wherever they're comfortable. And we'll just take a minute to observe the breath here. A little bit of breath awareness. So your eyes can be open or closed, whatever's more comfortable for you. And we'll just kind of start by noticing the breath. You don't have to do anything. This is a watching exercise, just observing, just being with the breath. Noticing the inhale and noticing the exhale. And noticing that rich, deep expansion, that fullness that comes with each inhale. And noticing the letting go, the letting loose, the relaxing that comes with each exhale. We'll do that a few more times, just being with the breath, inhaling, just kind of tracking and tracing the breath, not steering or directing it, just watching and witnessing, following the exhale. And then bringing that awareness in just a little bit more so that you're kind of noticing the end of the inhale now. So following that inhale. And whenever you get to that point where the inhale is kind of giving over gently to the exhale. And similarly, following that exhale until it gently becomes the next inhale. And just noticing those smooth, easy, and effortless transitions. Just being with the breath. Just following through a couple more cycles. The inhale, as the inhale kind of surrenders to the exhale. And then the exhale gently giving over to the inhale. And watching that expansive quality, the vitality, the freshness that comes with each new inhale. And the relaxation, the letting go, the letting loose that comes with each exhale. All right, on your next inhalation, we'll kind of keep that breath awareness, and now we'll weave in some movement, linking the breath and the movement. Bring your arms out and up overhead on the inhale. And on the exhale, let the fingers float gently down. So now we're linking breath and movement here. So inhaling, arms float out to the side. Reach up, maybe looking up at the hands. Exhaling, float the fingers down. And again, linking that breath and movement. So as the breath starts, the movement starts. And as the breath stops, the movement stops. So again, we've got like a little moving meditation here. When we link the breath and the body, the awareness rests there in the movement and the breath. And we can give the mind a little bit of a break here. So dialing our awareness into the breath, linking that breath and body, letting the mind take a rest. Okay, one more time. Inhaling the arms up. And then this time, twist to the side. So one hand comes to the knee, the other hand comes behind. And again, flowing with the breath, being with the breath, and exhaling other side. So gentle twist each direction. Inhaling, arms float up. Exhale, other side. One more time. Inhaling, arms up. And exhale, other side. And then float the arms up. Bring that energy in, right down through your crown of your head, through your eyes, your voice, right into your heart. Okay, we'll do another little bit of linking breath and movement here. We'll have the arms behind the head like a little sunbather. I'll just turn to the side so you can see. And on the inhale, we'll look up ever so slightly, arching the spine. Exhaling, rounding the spine, chin comes towards the chest. So inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, curling the chin towards the chest. Inhaling up. Exhale, chin to chest. And one more time, deep, rich, full inhale. Open the chest. And exhale, rounding the spine. And then coming back to a neutral position, we'll do that same kind of linking breath and movement with adding in a little bit of a side bend here. So the exhale, coming side to side with our little sunbather arms. Stretching one side and then the other, flowing with the breath. Noticing if you feel or notice any asymmetries in the body. You might feel the stretch a little bit differently. And just noticing without judging. Non-judgmental self-awareness, right? That's maybe one of the best practices of yoga. Also maybe one of the most difficult, but we work on that. All right, one more time, each side. Okay, back to center. Gently floating the arms down. This time we're going to interlace the fingers, stretch the hands away from you, pressing the hands away. Lift the arms up overhead. Open up that chest. And breathe. And then floating the arms down, we'll cross the fingers in the non-habitual way. So whichever thumb is on top, we're going to switch that now. So the other thumb comes on the top, and again, we'll press the hands away first. Stretch those wrists. And then with an inhale, arms come up overhead, open the chest. This is a great one for any of that shoulder tension. Tension really seems to gather in the shoulders and the hips. So we'll have a few practices for each of those. And then floating the hands down, unwrapping the fingers carefully. We'll do a little twist in our chair next. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. And we'll start with our hands kind of on our knees. And the right hand is going to come over to the left knee. The left hand is going to sweep behind, looking for that outer diagonal corner. So the far corner, or really whatever feels best in your body. Throughout the practice, please modify in any way you best see fit. I'll be offering tools and techniques, but please listen to your body. This is your practice. So I have my right hand on my left knee. The left hand sweeps back to a comfortable place, maybe that far corner, and you can start to leverage that twist. Turning from the ribs, not forcing or jamming. Listening to the body, maybe looking over that back shoulder, or maybe over the front one, whatever gives your body the best opening. And then we'll do the other side. Turn my chair around here, just so you can see. So this time, the left hand will come on the outside of the right knee, and that right hand sweeps behind, looking for that outer edge of the corner or wherever best suits you. And then we kind of leverage that twist, pressing into the back of the hand, twisting from the ribs, maybe looking over that back shoulder if that's agreeable to your neck. Maybe looking over that fringe. Just imagining wringing out any tension, almost like a dish rag, wringing it out and gently unwinding. Okay, then we're going to do a little bit of a number 4 here. So face forward, starting sitting kind of forward in your chair. You can bend. I'll mirror you. Bend your right leg and have your right ankle on your left knee. So any amount here. You can give gentle prep. This might be enough of a stretch, but if you want to play with kind of exploring, you can have a little bit of gentle pressure on your knee, pressing down or maybe away on the diagonal. The thigh kind of presses towards the knee. So it's kind of 3 different actions you can play with: pressing down, and then pressing the energy kind of from the thigh towards the knee. And then you can also place your hands on your inner thigh and kind of roll the whole thigh out to the side. So again, not forcing or jamming. This is just kind of an inquiry to see if you can find a little bit of opening in the hips. We'll switch sides here. Left knee comes to right ankle. And we'll do those 3 actions again on this side. So a little bit of gentle pressure. Again, it's just an exploration. You don't have to press down very hard to get a big sensation. Just opening the hips, and then you can take your hands, press the energy away from the thigh towards the knee. And then one more action, spinning that thigh kind of outward, externally rotating. All right. Okay, and then gently releasing that. Turn my chair to the side again. We're going to do a little bit of a chair pose flow here. So again, listening to your body. We'll sit on the end here. Have the arms come up overhead as you shift your weight forward. Come up out of the chair and hover just over it. So this is, we call it chair pose. The yogis call it Utkatasana, fierce pose. So coming back down, we'll do that a few times, kind of flowing up and down, lifting the arms, kind of sinking the hips. It's a strong lunge, and then flowing back down. You don't have to move very far either, so just kind of even hovering just over the chair. It's a strong sensation. And then coming down one more time, Utkatasana. So just kind of embodying that fierce quality, whatever that means to you. Feeling that fire in the legs. Steadying your eyes, steadying the breath. And then coming right back on down. Good, that's a strong pose. Strong pose. All right, so we'll come to standing now, and we'll build our little mountain pose, kind of building from the ground up here. Have my chair turn the other way. So mountain pose is kind of the base of many of the poses in the standing portion. So just building this strong mountain pose from the ground up, really connecting with the soles of your feet, pressing down, stacking the joints so that your ankles, knees, and hips are all aligned. And sometimes I like to make a little cheer fists, my teacher calls it, and just kind of have those strong by your sides. Really helps to kind of align the shoulder blades. And then gently release the fingers, opening the chest, collarbones wide, neck is long, the chin is level, and the crown of the head is to the sky. So this is mountain pose. Mountain pose, Tadasana. So imagining all of those rugged mountain qualities, stability, able to withstand elements of the weather, ruggedness. All right, and releasing that mountain pose, but kind of embodying those qualities, right? And then we'll interlace our fingers. The feet can be separated a little bit, have almost like a little steeple, like a little steeple there. And then bring the arms up overhead. We'll side bend one more time. So exhaling and coming back through center, other side. Exhale, back through center. And then we like to do things in the non-habitual way in yoga. So we'll switch the other thumb to the top. Have your steeple, and then again, side bend. Maybe you notice it a little differently. Now that we're standing, you might notice the stretch in a different part of your body than when we did this from the chair. So just observing. And then coming back up. And have your hand close to the chair. We're going to bring one knee into the chest. And again, if this is just not your jam today, just skip it. Or adjust in any way you best see fit. And then other side, knee to chest. And releasing that. And then we'll just do a little bit of a kind of a head down here. So have your hands on the back of the chair. And we'll just kind of back up, giving us space to have a little elbow frame here to rest the head. Resting the head and giving the mind a break. Following that breath. Maybe you notice a nice fullness in your belly with each inhalation. And maybe you notice the belly button kind of come back to the spine with each exhalation. Maybe you directionalize the breath to give your lower back a little massage here from the inside out. Kind of breathing into that back body. And slowly come up and turning the chair around. We'll have our hands on the seat of the chair this time and walk the feet back, pressing into the hands, sending the hips back, rocking the head side to side to see if your ears are lining up with your upper arms. And breathing. Nice chair down dog here. Just releasing any tension with each exhale. And allowing each inhale to bring freshness and vitality, new energy. And then we'll slowly walk the feet in. Come back to our seats here. We'll do one little breath awareness here. We'll do the yogic 3-part breath. So it's a really powerful tool for stress management. And we'll start with our hands on our belly here. So this is called Dirga, the 3-part breath. So we'll do the 3 parts kind of separately and then we'll put them all together. So the first part is the diaphragmatic breathing. So breathing into the hands, letting your belly expand, and then exhaling, belly button back to the spine. So just connecting with that diaphragm muscle, which connects to the vagus nerve, which helps us kind of reset our nervous system. So inhaling, nice, deep, full, rich belly breath, exhaling, belly button to the spine. So the diaphragmatic breathing connects to that vagus nerve, which helps us with that rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system, as opposed to the fight or flight sympathetic nervous system. So this is just a good way to reset the nervous system with this yogic breath. So we've got the diaphragmatic breathing going. Now we're going to slide our hands up to the side waist where the ribs meet the side waist, and send your breath into your hands. Breathing into the ribs, noticing the side to side expansion now with each breath. And you can have your eyes open or closed, whatever brings the most peace for you right now. So breathing into the hands, noticing all those little intercostal muscles that help the ribs kind of fan and feather out. One more nice revitalizing inhale here. And on the exhale, let it all go. All right, now sliding your fingertips just underneath your collarbones. And we may not feel a lot of movement here, but just honoring that the lungs go all the way up to the top of the torso. So imagining sending the breath up to the fingertips, and then let each exhale just cascade down gently, effortlessly, smoothly. Slow, soft, smooth inhalation. And slow, soft, smooth exhalation. Again, following that breath up to the collarbones and then letting it cascade down with each exhale. And then one more time. So now we'll put all 3 of those parts together for our Dirga, our 3-part breath, the complete yogic breath. So we'll inhale into the belly, and then the ribs, up to the collarbones, and exhaling, let it all go. And you can go at your own pace, you don't have to follow mine, but we'll inhale again, 3 parts. So belly, ribs, collarbone, and long exhalation. One more time, belly, ribs, collarbone, And slowly, softly, smoothly. Nice. It's a very relaxing practice. So as we make our way towards the end of our time together here, if you're comfortable, we're going to do a little restorative practice here. So we'll come down onto our backs and we'll rest our calves on the seat of the chair. If you happen to have a pillow or a cushion or a bolster handy, that can be another nice little ripple to add into the practice. To have a little cushion on your belly, I'll just demonstrate it. You can just kind of calm and quiet. Have a quieting sensation, and just imagine your back kind of melting into your mat or your practice space, just really flattening that back as you ground down that energy, feeling connected and supported. Just grounding down that energy. If you feel any tension kind of lingering here, we can ball our hands into a fist the way we did earlier. Squeezing, 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 gathering up any little remnants of tension that might be lingering. And then as if you were opening flowers towards the sun, unwrap each finger one at a time. Thumbs, index, middle, ring, pinky. And let the backs of the hands rest on the ground, palms up and open. Open to the vastness, open to possibilities. As you ground down in this nice restorative pose. So this will be our little Shavasana today. I have a little quotation to share while you're resting. And this is from Paramahansa Yogananda. And he says, open the portals of calmness, and you will find the bright sun of joy within yourself. The joyous rays of the soul can be perceived if you interiorize your attention. So I'll say it one more time from Paramahansa Yogananda. Open the portals of calmness, and you will find the bright sun of joy within yourself. The joyous rays of the soul can be perceived if you interiorize your attention. So I'll be quiet for a moment while you rest in Shavasana here. And then I'll come back after a bit and talk this out. Beginning to bring a little sensation back to your fingers and toes, maybe wiggling out. And bring your knees towards your chest, kind of carefully coming off your chair. We'll roll to the side and rest here for a moment, maybe making a little cushion for your head with your upper arm. We'll rest here for a moment before coming back to seated. Press into that hand, coming up slowly, keeping the gaze low, and back to a comfortable seat. And we'll bring our hands back to Namaskar Mudra. Eyes can be open or closed. And we'll seal our practice today with peace Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Peace. Peace.